Mic'd up.
Mic'd up on a Wednesday.
Update on my 240. Yeah, it's been a while. Maybe they deserve it. Everyone deserves an update. It's only taken all my time and money. And it still looks like this.
I mean, it looked way different from last time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was white when I started, so like. Last video of this S13 was us picking it up at my buddy Matt's house. Since then, I've just been literally grinding away at it. I took all the wiring out. I took all the seam sealer off, exposed all the seams. So I'm gonna spot weld those and get them cleaned up so I can reinforce the chassis a little bit. I got some of the sound deadening taken out of the interior, but still working on that. So yeah, other than that, I'm gonna get started on welding the engine bay now. And once I get the sound deadening out of the inside, I'm gonna stitch weld in there as well. In the meantime, I got my engine dropped off at the machine shop. My buddy picked up my other engine for me, so I'm slimming my options down. So now I know what I'm gonna go with. I know I didn't let you guys know what the options are yet, but I can make an update video on that and kind of give you guys a heads up of like, or more of an idea of what I was dealing with, like with my decisions and indecisiveness. And yeah, like I said, just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this car, with this chassis, and what my power goals were, or what kind of my budget was, you know, like everything is relevant because obviously I'm not rich. It's very hard to put together a nice car and have a balance of good parts and reliability without breaking the bank, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start stitch welding some of this stuff up and probably end up cutting these tubs out. I don't think I really need them anymore. They're kind of just in the way and they look ugly. Once everything is welded up, I'm gonna paint the engine bay and, like I said, get the sound deadening out the inside and paint that as well. So yeah, it doesn't look that much different, but it does look cleaner, more nice. Stripped all the paint, stitch welded all the seams in the engine bay, painted the engine bay, most importantly. I didn't paint it. I had Philly Drifts paint it. He wasn't gonna let me spray paint it. Well, at first he kept offering, he's like, what's up, man? You wanna paint your car? And I'm like, hell yeah. And then he brings the paint over. So he's like, oh, you mean, I'm like, you wanted me to paint it? Like, I'm not gonna do that. So then like, again, he's like, yo, what's up? When do you wanna paint your car? I was like, whenever you wanna pull up and paint it. And that's when he was like, today? Fuck it, let's do it. I was like, all right, come through. And then sure enough, yeah, came through, got it all laid down, did the clear, got some flake in there. Came out fucking nice. I was gonna say, excuse the lights, because they suck in here, but the lights are good, just the glare that it gives it sucks.
But you're not gonna do the whole car like this, huh?
I don't know, thinking about it, because Jason wants to do blue on his car. So like, possibly do blue and then white interior and white engine bay. That would be cool too, but I'm not opposed to doing the whole car like this either, because I could do this and then just do like a livery like over like this, you know what I mean? Like stickers over it as a livery.
So this one Fuel Fest.
Yeah, that's like the color that he wants. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Nice, yeah. But I don't think this one has sparkle. No sparkle.
Nah, it's like metallic, but it's not sparkly. So yeah, just trying to get it slowly put back together. I replaced, you can't really see it, but there's a steering shaft extension down there. And then I got new GK Tech subframe bushings / relocators also. So they actually like move the rack even more forward. Is that this thing? No, these are them. So these are the factory bushings. See how they're all like kind of blown out? But it's centered basically, like this point to this point where it bolts up is like centered. These ones are smaller on one side, so it pushes it more forward. So it's actually gonna, like the bushing is only like here, and then this part sits up against the subframe more or less. Yeah. So it takes up that gap and it like...
That gap right there?
Yeah. So like I said, it just makes it even more forward, which I don't think I need, to be honest. Yeah, because where I'm at right now, so the whole reason you wanna move your rack forward is so your wheels don't over center. Your rack doesn't over center. So when it goes to full lock, see how my tie rod right here, it's staying basically like the same, and it doesn't go back. So it's pointed at this angle, like this angle, but it doesn't change drastically when I go in and out. So like that's full lock that way, and then this would be full lock the other way. See, and that's the one where, see, it moved, but it didn't really like...
It's keeping a straight path.
It keeps it straight, exactly. But that little movement right there where it goes forward, sometimes your wheel will actually get stuck. And it's like hard to turn it back. I don't know if moving it forward is going to help or not, but like I said, I got them, so.
So, when are you planning to have this done?
Whenever my wallet allows, sir. Oh, the other thing that took all my money.
I know.
Yeah, I can't afford food. Food is for suckers.
Who needs food
When you got a new SR20.
Surprise!
Yeah! Yeah, I know, surprise! This is the engine I'm gonna use. Big freaking, so original. No. But I don't know, I just felt like this has always been the engine that I've wanted, and I've had a few already, and I just love them as an engine. Some people don't. I'm not some people. Basically, I just feel like this is a good setup to go in that chassis. It's an aluminum block, 4-cylinder. It's gonna make 300-ish horsepower, as I have like 550cc injectors and a upgraded turbo. It's a factory IHI, like Subaru turbo, I guess. IHI is the brand that makes it. And then Power Enterprise is like a Japanese company that takes them and modifies them and makes them like bigger internals, but it's essentially a dual ball bearing. It's like a Disco Potato, but not made by Garrett. So this is basically their version of that. I think I'm gonna run this because I really like the setup, and it came with my engine, so it's like totally just a Japanese setup, which I'm really into. I dig it. And then I will show you my other turbo. So this turbo I bought for Matt actually at a JDM Marketplace, which we're having next month. This turbo I bought at a JDM Marketplace. It was actually the one that was at Fujiwara Tofu Cafe. But this turbo is just an ISR. This is a direct copy of a Disco Potato, but it's not dual ball bearing. This is just a journal bearing regular boy. But this one is like brand new. I bought this off of one of my buddies that was at a JDM Marketplace, but I actually knew the guy. And then he had it on his Miata that was turbo, and he said he ran it for one dyno session and was like, he's like, yeah, it was a little too laggy for my setup, so didn't run it. I ended up getting it off of Matt for my car, and I'm not decided on which one I'm gonna use. If my other one is good, I'm gonna keep that one. If that one has problems and smokes, I'm gonna use this one. But nothing crazy. I'm not trying to make like huge numbers, but basically I got this rebuilt, stock internals, ARP, connecting rod bolts, ARP MOSWorks main studs, King bearings, brand new OEM oil pump and front cover OEM Nissan water pump, brand new crank pulley, new hardware for that too, new updated timing components. So these are like factory, they're plastic. It's got an upgraded metal one now. Replaced like pretty much everything, all the freeze plugs, these two, like breather and water inlet, front and rear main seals. I have MOSWorks ARP head studs that are going in it. I got my head dropped off at the machine shop. I got a Apexy head gasket, a bunch of other miscellaneous like OEM parts. I got like new hardware for the valve cover and like GK Tech fan blades. I got, just a bunch of, like I said, all my money. A bunch of all my money. So the good thing is it was already good before I started. So it was like a,
Just for like hella cheap?
No. I mean, cheap considering. I paid $3,000 for the motor and all the parts that I got, but I was missing some of them. So like I didn't have piston rings and I didn't have the bearings, which was like, I thought the piston rings were gonna be kind of cheap, but when I went to go get them, they were $250. So $250 for just the piston rings. And then the bearings were probably another $300 for both rods and mains. And then, it's not the best to think about the numbers, because exactly, because like everything, you know what I mean, everything adds up. And the motor alone was $3,000. I spent $1,200 to rebuild it, plus all the parts, like I said, the rings and bearings and all that stuff. So probably like $1,500 to rebuild it actually. And then I just dropped the head off, which is going to be another $300 or $500, whatever that comes out to. But everything's going to be new. And like I said, the good thing is this was already a running engine. I never ran it, but taking it apart and looking at everything, like there was no damage on anything. So I know this thing was running and in good condition. So
better than the K8 that you got also?
Yeah, way better. So the KA that I got was okay, but the pistons were damaged. So like it would have ran, but it would have been kind of questionable. Yeah.
Maybe cost you more down the line.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it kind of worked out that I found this, because I wasn't planning on buying both. But then when this came up, and I said, like I said, I'm a diehard. You know, I want a SR. I've always wanted an SR. I haven't built any motors to this extent, but I've built a few 240s with SRs in them, and I've always loved them.
And that's kind of like the whole theme behind this build, huh? Just like your first actual like.
Yeah,
build.
pretty much. This is like, yeah, like I said, this is the most I've ever done to any car that I've had, and I've had 100 cars, so it's pretty extensive and time-consuming, money-consuming, but it's worth it. I mean, it's just takes time, dedication, money. It takes money. No. Looks pretty good. So to have that and this, I could have bought one, but it would have been somebody else's car, and I wouldn't have done all this stuff. Like I know how to do all this stuff, so like, why not do it, you know? But my buddy's car, the guy who built this engine built my buddy's engine also. He has a KA, but fully forged internals. But his car, I just went to the dyno last Saturday, and his car made 400. So 392 and like 360 torque, so on 13 PSI. And it sounded super healthy. Like the motor sounded the best it's ever sounded. It's super smooth and like, you know, F you garbage man. No. But yeah, made me feel better about having my engine built by the same guy. I was like, all right, well, at least I know. I mean, I knew he was capable in the first place, but now I know like his car is good, so there's no reason mine shouldn't be. Yep, that's where I'm at now. Looks pretty good though.
It does.
It looks fucking brand new.
It is brand new.
Like the machine surface on the head, and this is very nice. Oh yeah, this too. I forgot. So I got some GK Tech stuff. Like I said, my buddy that with the KA, Matt, he actually bought me all this stuff for my birthday. Not all of it, but this swirl pot setup, coolant swirl pot. So like self-bleeding coolant overflow expansion tank type deal. This will help like with the bleeding process and stuff like that when I first get it started up. So I don't have to worry about it overheating or like taking a while for stuff to open or, you know, air being trapped in the block. Like this helps with that a lot. But pretty cool because it comes with like everything. Came with the lines, came with the caps, like little, I forget what you call that. Like, but anyway, it just takes the coolant from the lower radiator hose and kind of circulates it through there. And then yeah, this here is the fan blades. So these ones are like they're better, I guess. It's supposed to flow like more air and stuff like that. See how there's like more blades and they're kind of turned.
More aggressive angle. Yeah,
exactly. So I think it does flow more CFM compared to like the stock one. Pretty nice. Yeah, and then this is all the other parts that I have. So OEM gasket refresh kit. Came with a head gasket and stuff like that, but I'm not going to use this one. Like I said, I have a Apexy metal head gasket. So this is all just random stuff. Some of this stuff I've already installed on the car. I just kind of have the boxes. So like oil strainer, water pump. This was oil retainer, so like the rear main seal. This would be timing chain guide, the timing chain itself. I got
This is actually a better multi-layer steel exhaust gasket because they give you like so this is the difference between the two basically. This is our standard OEM Nissan gasket, which is like this compressed metal stuff. It just doesn't last very long. So this type is actually reusable, and then it's got like these raised edges and it's multiple layers of steel, so when it compresses it kind of seals better. So yeah, upgrading stuff like that just so that I don't have a problem, or you know, kind of give myself the best chance of having less leaks. So yeah, brand new engine cover for the valve cover. This is like the turbo intercooler thing. Brand new dipstick tube. Brand new, this is actually for the fan. Brand new fan clutch, which is super nice. Brand new OEM fan clutch with the brand new GK Tech fan blades. Man, who am I? Who is this guy? You would think I have money, but this was all of my money.
Well, now you don't.
I converted it into car parts. Actually got some other cool stuff in here too that I don't know if I'm gonna use. I got some Tomei cam gears, adjustable cam gears, which like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna use these or not. I don't think so, because I'm not going with aftermarket cams, so I really don't have a reason to use them. So yeah, I got some Tomei cam gears, which I don't think I'm gonna use. So this brand new idle air control valve, like OEM Nissan idle air control valve. Some of this stuff I'm like, they still make this? But it's amazing that I have it, you know, like I got it. The person who I bought this from obviously spent a lot of time and money putting all this together, and then just lost motivation or didn't want to put it together or needed money. Actually, yeah, he told me his daily blew up and he needed the money. He said he wasn't trying to like sell me a sob story. He's like literally said that. He's like, hey man, I'm not trying to like sell you some story, but like my car blew up and I need something to drive, and like this motor's just sitting here, and like he's like, I don't really want to get rid of it, but I need the money. And I had the money, so I was like, you know. But yeah, brand new timing chain tensioner, brand new idle air control valve, brand new ignition coils, brand new crank angle sensor. This is another one that's like, man, they still make this? That's fucking nuts. I don't even want to open that one because it's all like wrapped up all crazy. But yeah, brand new crank angle sensor from Nissan. That's like unheard of. But the best thing about all this stuff too is that everything that's in here that's hard to find and hard to get, I'm replacing it, and I have the spare that came with the engine. Yeah, that's pretty much, oh, here's my head studs also. Mosworks SR20 head stud kit. Fancy. Yeah, man. I got a brand new water neck, brand new, all these I separated, but this is all like all the bolts for the head. Brand new rocker valve cover bolts, brand new washers for those, brand new studs for the exhaust, new bolts, new intake manifold stuff. Got it all, man. I even got a brand new OEM oil cap. You know, like who does that?
That's cool. It's all OEM though.
You know what I mean? Like everything is OEM. Yeah. That's what's so nice. I'm like, and brand new, exactly. I got a brand new throttle position sensor, new, new extra crank seal, new temperature sensor. Like, it's awesome. It's the best. Throttle position. These are all sensors that are like not super easy to find. I mean, they're not unavailable, but it's cool that, you know, this guy spent all the time to buy all these parts to replace. It sucks that he never got to do it, but it's good that somebody's doing it. Yeah. We're actually going driving this weekend. Not my car, but Matt's gonna bring his car. Gonna go see what that 400 horsepower feels like. That'll give me some more motivation, especially getting back from Hawaii. I'm like, man, I miss my car. So that concludes my update on my 240 SX SR20 build. Now that you guys know, but I mean, people that follow me already knew. I've been posting stuff, so it was no real secret, but to people that don't know who I am or follow me, then now you guys know.
You can get live updates at European.
Yes.
IG right there.
Right here? Here?
Right
here.
Right here.
Right there.
Yes.